Oh boy, I'm sure I'm enjoying this Skyrim game. I can see why it's so popular. But, just feels like it's missing something. Wait, hey, my game doesn't look like that. Alright, I guess I could look into these modifications everyone's talking about. I could make the trees look nicer, update some textures, maybe even add a cool new sword if I'm feeling daring. Nexus mods, this is the place I've heard about. Let me just select Skyrim and... Skyrim Modding. The reason it's lasted as long as it has is because of a perfect combination. Modding it is relatively simple, the mods on offer are incredibly diverse, and it's a fun game with simple enough gameplay to make it the perfect blank canvas. And upon this canvas you may paint whatever you wish. A huge amount of these paintings are NSFW. From the outside looking in, it can feel like there's two sides to this. The side of people who say, haha, look at all those funny mods, who would ever use those? And the side of people who seem to be fully lost in the source, converting Skyrim into a game that would make the Greek god Aphrodite go, whoa, slow down there buddy. No matter where you land on this scale, I suspect a large portion of people are somewhere in the middle. But it matters not, for this video isn't about making fun of NSFW mods. This is science. As someone who visits Skyrim mod sites frequently, the amount of adult mods I see on the front page is genuinely impressive. And thus I wonder, exactly how popular are Skyrim NSFW mods? Before we begin, I never do this at the start, but there's no way YouTube is giving me any money for this video, so any support, even just a press of the humble like button, would be much appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, of course. There's a couple sites to look at, so first we'll travel to Nexus Mods, where Skyrim Special Edition is boasting over 17,000 mods marked with adult content, with an average of about 10 NSFW mods added a day. However, filtering out the duplicates, which are just different language translations of the same mod, it's more like 7 mods a day. The second site to look at is Lover's Lab, which is mostly known for hosting a popular animation framework mod, basically allowing other mods to add animations to the game, which, you know, is pretty important with adult mods. On Lover's Lab, there's roughly a new adult mod added once every couple days. I checked and those don't include duplicates also uploaded on Nexus, so that ups the number to about 7.5 mods a day on average, but I'm going to round it up to 8 because of other places these mods might be hosted that I'm not accounting for, like Discord or GitHub. Times that by the 365 days in a year, and you're looking at over 2,900 new adult mods per year. 2,920 to be precise. As for downloads, this is a lot trickier to track. If I were to focus on the past year alone, you've got mods starting from 10 downloads all the way to 800,000. The median of the yearly mods is around 600 downloads per mod, so you could times that by the 2,920 released a year, and say that the total downloads is 1,752,000. Just in the adult mods released in 2025 alone, completely ignoring all the popular mods that have come before. But honestly, without precise numbers from the mod authors, this number is a lot of guesswork. The top mod of the year does help though. It's the Immersive Collections resource, which is a mod that automatically downloads every time someone downloads the Immersive and Adult Collection, the most popular collection of mods on Nexus. A lot of people are defaulting to this nowadays as it removes all the hassle of installing NSFW mods, and the download numbers truly reflect this. This collection mod was released on September 11th, 2025, never forget, and in the 6 months since then, it's gotten 800,000 downloads? I say with a question mark at the end because that number is quite deceiving, because it includes repeat downloads from the same account. The mod actually has 140,000 unique downloads in 6 months, which is still incredibly high, but you know, not near 1 million. Now, with the vast majority of mods, the difference between downloads and unique downloads isn't as large a leap, but it's something to keep in mind. From what I've seen, the unique downloads are about 20% less than the overall downloads, so removing the 20%, that 1,752,000 number I got is more like 1,401,600. Again, I just want to stress, this 1.5 million downloads is just from the mods released within a year. If we accounted for the tens of thousands of adult mods ever released, the number of unique downloads a year is beyond comprehension. There's been 14 years of Skyrim adult mods, so the actual total is likely in the tens of millions. Supporting this number, you just need to pick on a few of the most popular adult mods. OSIM Standalone, CBPC and Himbo each gained around 10,000 unique downloads in 7 days. Yes, that number is correct, I checked it a few times just to make sure. Unless Nexus has a messed up downloads counter, that's 10,000 unique downloads a week for each of these mods. So times that by the 52 weeks in a year, then each one is looking to gain 500,000 more downloads by the end of 2026. Honestly, these are the best indicators for the yearly amount of new NSFW players, because many of these mods are foundational, meaning you need them installed first if you want to add adult mods in general. So I'd say around 500,000 people are playing their first adult modded Skyrim per year. And despite Skyrim's age, I think this number's only going to increase. A huge obstacle for adult modding used to be that it's relatively complicated. If you see a mod you like, you're likely installing a ton of mods before that one just to get it working. But now there's Nexus Collections and Wabberjack, which dramatically decrease the time and effort needed. On Wabberjack there's 16 NSFW lists, and on Nexus Collections it's actually very difficult to tell. 4,000 collections are marked as adult, but the requirements for being adult are very tame. Like any collection including a mod that improves skin textures is likely labelled adult, even if the collection doesn't have nudity. If I filter by lists using the most popular NSFW mods I mentioned earlier, the number of truly adult lists looks to be around 1,000. So with Wabberjack that's 1,016 in total. So summarising, I predict there'll be around 3,000 new adult mods this year. Those mods will get 1,400,000 unique downloads this year. The overall yearly unique downloads is over 10 million. There'll be 500,000 new adult mod users this year. And there's 1,000 adult mod lists ready and waiting to increase those numbers. Now again, this is a lot of guesswork. I've made as many calculations as I can with the data I got, which isn't a whole lot. I'd need to see precise numbers from a large selection pool of mod authors to get a more accurate total, but I'm pretty confident in the numbers I've landed on. And let's be honest, if these numbers are inaccurate, then the real numbers are likely higher than what I predicted, not lower. And there we have it. We now know the true extent of Skyrim players' horniness. And whether or not you play with these mods, at the very least you have to acknowledge that without them, Skyrim modding wouldn't be nearly as popular as it is now. So, thank you NSFW modders. And thank you for watching. And a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, whose support means I can make videos like this that YouTube is not going to like. My supporters are Keaton Kruger, Mr. Zerd, Gorthan, Ter-Aura, and Christian Howell. And also a huge thank you to user Erdtree Faithful, who supported me on my Ko-fi account, and actually has a new mod list called Still in Skyrim, which is worth checking out. Thank you everyone for watching, and farewell.